Hi everyone, welcome to this reading. So, I have my crystal ball off to the side. I will be scrying out this message. If you're new to my channel, my readings are a little different, and if you're turning, welcome back. I'm picking up where I left off. I forgot to turn my phone on silence, and I had already pulled cards when a spammer called. So, we have Truth coming out, we have Oro Masis, and we have Memories. Okay, so I'm reading the images from these cards, just what's standing out to me, and then apparently this one, Archangel Michael. So those things may mean something to you. Oh, there's one more. There's one more. And Sacred Earth. Okay. So right off the bat, this is pretty clear. One of the things that I'm seeing here with the Ten of Swords to the Devil, and then all these eyes, right? There's just all this eye imagery coming in. I'm seeing this being basically the eye of our willpower, our third eye, right? That combination of the solar plexus and third eye basically opening, where those two centers become in alignment. Someone here has learned how to take action inside of their life, or is in the process of actually learning to take action inside of their life. What do I mean by that? So, a lot of times for spiritual people, it's very hard for us to actually engage in our life directly, right? We wait for God to tell us what to do. We wait for guides to tell us what to do. We wait for, a sign of what we're supposed to do. And it's one way that we are basically relying on our spirituality to live our lives for us, rather than actually sitting in the driver's seat of our lives and living it ourselves. Someone here is releasing that. There may be some decision that you recently made in terms of, and this kind of brings me back to the last reading, so I'll link it at the end. You may have come to some sort of decision for yourself in terms of helping your body, healing your body. You may have come to some sort of decision in terms of a direction that you need to go, and actually taking that direction for yourself rather than waiting for something to confirm or guide you. And I think that's great. That's great. This is really where we're coming into the seat of our personal power and our own sovereignty. This is a step closer. So whoever this message is for, you're making major leaps and bounds in stepping into your own personal self-sovereignty. This Devil card is interesting to me because what's really drawing me in is that fire that's lighting Adam's butt. So you may feel that there's a fire that's lit your butt recently in terms of something, right? So maybe it's getting serious about adulting. Maybe it's getting serious about some aspect of life that you've let go for a very long time. Maybe it's putting yourself out there rather than waiting for people to come to you. There's some sort of opportunity that I'm seeing as well, and I'm seeing that over here. This poppy seed, it's almost like it almost has like this little circle in it that looks like a universe to me. So it's the end of something is the beginning of something new, right? And this new thing is actually limitless. It's this giant thing. So someone here has an opportunity that's coming. We may not necessarily be looking at that opportunity seriously yet. In the future, we will. And this seems a little bit like one of the things that we're doing is we're looking back over our history and assessing a lot of various aspects of our history, different ways that we may have engaged in this behavior, or different ways that we may have self-sabotaged, because that's what this is. It's self-sabotage when we spiritually bypass that way. There's a letter R here that may be important for somebody, and what else is that? There's something about snakes in a crown. I'm seeing a trident also repeated, and a little flame. The symbol of a flame is also being repeated here. Now there's a lot going on here, and how do we even talk about all this? Okay, for somebody, this has been a major hurdle inside of their life. It is something that has affected all areas of the life. So it may have affected your relationships. It might have affected your finances. It might have affected your ability to provide for yourself with a solid foundation in this world. And so someone is coming out of that energy, and this is amazing, right? This is a type of mindset shift that isn't easy to happen, especially if, for example, people who had really controlling parents. It's really hard for them to grow up and then understand how to kind of make their decisions for themselves, and that it's okay to make their decisions for themselves. There's always like this feeling of, oh no, am I going to do the wrong thing, right? So someone here, you're releasing that control mechanism that has kind of bound you. This is where we start to allow ourselves to lose a little bit of control, right? Not necessarily needing to get everything right all the time, not necessarily needing to do everything that people want all the time. So this is where someone is starting to say, you know what, F it, I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm going to, be happy doing it. And it doesn't have to work out. It doesn't have to go 100% to plan. The point is that I'm getting to do it, and I'm getting to, do something that I want to do. Someone here is experiencing freedom. They're experiencing a type of freedom. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this is new for someone. We have beginner's mind coming up in first breath. For someone, this is a little scary, but I almost feel that there's this anticipation surrounding this right now. We have connectivity. For a lot of you, there's something in here that is surrounding connecting with others. This may be something that we've been thinking about for a very long time. There's something significant that also happened for this individual, whoever I'm reading for in this collective, around the ages of 21 and 32. So there may be something that's very important there. There may have been certain patterns that were set up at those times, or the start of breaking free from these patterns at this time. Okay. There's a lot of green on the table as well. There's been a lot of heart healing that's taken place to get you here. And then we have root girl, the disowned self. And this may be the conclusion that we've come to, is that by doing this, by waiting for something else to guide us, by waiting for something else to tell us what our next steps should be, what we're really doing is we're disowning ourselves, right? Our own passions, our own desires, our own willpower, our own direction. And someone here is starting to almost treat that inner child better, right? Treating that self better. This is one way that we self-harm. So this is really beautiful, because I think that somebody's really stepping into a new phase, not only of their healing. I don't even feel that it carries that sort of weight that the word healing has. This is almost a liberation. Someone is carrying this ability to now come out of that shell. The reason why I'm saying shell is because she does have a snail on that end of a branch there. Okay. We may have felt like our entire life has been one long transition, and we're ready for a destination, or we're ready for an actual phase to begin. This transition may have even taken place after an event that was very, hard to deal with, or very traumatic. There may be a lot of purging emotionally that's going on right now because of that. And I do think that there is an overflow of emotions, both positive and what most people would consider negative, going on at the moment. Just because the overflow is showing that it's not just water at the bottom of the house, it's water that's coming out of the actual house. This is energy that's processing out for somebody. This is why when I opened up, what it felt like to me was that the energy had lifted. That's immediately what it felt like when I got centered and I started pulling cards. I felt like the energy of the room around me lightened up. And that's how somebody might be feeling right now, is that the energy inside your life has lightened up. Like some sort of energy that was there oppressing you is no longer there. And that was an energy within our mind. That was an energy that we basically bound ourselves into, right? This idea that something else is controlling us, something else is making us do all these things. And unless this thing makes us do this thing, we can't make our own actions. Someone is releasing all that. And I love that. I love that. I love that. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we have benefactor, grace, and generosity. So this is really, for me, again, remember I said the crown. We have another crown that's showing up here. We have the number 3 that's really important in this as well. The red mushroom is what's important for me in this card right now, because if you've been with me for any length of time, a red mushroom always means priority changes for me. I don't know why. It started long ago. And so what is happening here is there's some sort of priority that's changing, and someone's putting their crown back on. It's like you're realizing, oh, this is one way that I was giving away power, or this is one way that I wasn't necessarily taking responsibility for myself, because it's easier to let something else take responsibility of my actions. And this is where someone's saying, no, I have to be kinder to myself than that. It's okay. It's okay if I mess up. It's okay if I choose something that I wind up feeling like, oh, this was the wrong way. Someone's learning that there is no wrong way. Every way that you pick is more experience and more lessons and more wisdom and more of, your soul becomes refined. So someone here is giving themselves the grace to be able to make their own steps for once, right? Choosing their own path for once. And this is the start of something new. So because of the Page of Pentacles, this is a new phase. So if you've been feeling like you've been in a transition period forever, you're entering into a new phase. We have here dances on one foot. And this is about balancing acts. The number that comes in with that is the number 9. So this is about endings. Again, something has ended. But the number 9 is a little bit more than endings. The number 9 is also the number of humanitarian efforts. So someone here, you may be having your higher heart energy might be opening up a little bit, where you may be a little bit more concerned about others. You may actually, I see this almost as like taking the foot off the gas. There may be people around, and this isn't going to resonate for everybody, this is just for a few of you. There may be people around you that you had some pressure on. You were putting pressure on them, and you're realizing, oh, as I'm adopting this new sense of self-sovereignty, I'm able to respect other people's self-sovereignty as well, and you may be pushing the gas off of them. This is particularly coming in terms of a relationship, allowing someone to show up the way that they're showing up rather than how you want them to show up because you're trying to make things go quicker, for example. There is, let's see, a blossoming of mind is coming in with her little flower headdress. So our mind is opening up in some way. We're seeing a bigger picture, essentially. A bigger picture on ourself is how that feels. We have this idea as people about ourself as being very small and very limited. Being somebody that's really into manifestation, and I've worked years to release those like limiting thoughts and limiting beliefs. Now, on the other side of that, when I hear other people talk, I had never realized how much we as human beings speak about limitations constantly. We speak about the things that we can't do, the things that are going to happen, right, that are limited, the way that things are going to go, how it's going to turn out. And it's all based on these seemingly practical views on things, but they're really not practical. There's something here about the limitations that we've placed on ourselves that are beginning to open up. We're starting to see that, oh, I'm not just this thing over here. I'm this over here that takes up this much space, and I'm allowed to exist that way. I'm allowed to be that. And if that's what I am, then I can make these decisions. I can go forward and take care of myself and do these things for myself and go to the places that I want. I'm allowed to sit down and figure out what it is that I really want and then go find that, right? There's a huge limitation that has been lifted off of somebody here. If you look at this, even with the priority change that I was reading, if you look at this mushroom in the background, that's floating. It's not even rooted in anything. And yeah, so there's, oh, I love it. Okay. For some of you, there's a move that you're considering. And you may just be wondering a lot, like, where do I go? And what I just said about the writing things down and figuring out what you really want, that's something that, maybe consider. Maybe consider writing down exactly what you want in the place that you go, and then find that place. Here with the Piper, what we have is we have this new song coming in. This is a new sort of story. So it's like, in the story of our lives, we're adding a new thread into it. And this is a thread that will actually make the story a lot more interesting. With the Piper, this can be about empathy. This can be about, again, bringing in that number 9 again. This card for me can be very much about the way that we choose to address our lives, right? The way we move within it, the way that we energetically and vibrationally attract others, and the energy that we're putting out. The energy that you're putting out now that you're stepping into responsibility for your direction is powerful. It's a very powerful energy. It's sitting between connectivity and the disowned self. So it's like an integration of an aspect of ourself that we've left behind long ago, or maybe that we never actually fully integrated. And this is our personal power. This is the place from which our passions arise. And so this is very beautiful energy. Someone's just experienced a major overhaul on their vibration, and this all happened because of some sort of mindset shift that's taken place. This mindset this mindset shift has the power to absolutely open up your life and create some very beautiful things for you. Now, moving on down here, I didn't necessarily read these cards. I am just kind of seeing a repetitious pattern here. What it ends with is this sacred earth. This is a tree that's growing out from this new water. It's like this waterfall that is nourishing this tree that's growing, and this tree has a little hole at the top, and there's like light coming through it. This for me is that there's a process of growth that someone has gone through, and this process of growth has made way for someone to see something in a new way. And this is emotionally based, right? So understanding where in our emotions maybe we feel that we have to wait for permission, or that we feel that we're not allowed to make a wrong move, right? Someone here, you've grown out of that, essentially, is what that card is saying. This may, again, be the major obstacle that we've had in our life. This is kind of a root mountain that's on top of this card. And these two cards for me was really just about the perception changing to a higher perspective. Okay. I think that's it. This is kind of a short one for me. So I'm just going to leave this here, and whoever this message is for, that's amazing. So I wish you the best of luck with this. If this video resonated for you, please hit that like button, and until next time.